Hey YouTube, welcome to VEDA Day 27. So I'm supposed to tell you guys what my favorite sport is. I don't have a favorite sport. I'm not athletic at all to my life. I kind of have two left feet, but I'm bold enough to once in a blue moon take classes in belly dancing, thinking I look good. And my teacher is so good, she lies to me and tells me how amazing I look. I know I look terrible, but yeah, I don't have a favorite sport. However, I have attended two sporting events. The first one I'm gonna tell you about was I think it was like a year or two ago. Yeah, about a year or two ago, Dan and I were getting ready to head to New York on vacation, and then I had came across that the job was giving out super discounted tickets for a hockey game to see the Orlando Solar Bears, I think the team is called. And so I texted him and I asked him, hey, do you want to go? And he was like, sure. And so we went to go see a hockey game. And it was actually a lot of fun. The next sporting event, it was 1 year, Dan and we committed, and it was like, because I was so lucky. And my last job, I was able to get $5 tickets to see, oh my gosh, Orlando City, to see Orlando City play, which is a soccer team. And this is when they were still like early and up and coming, and you know, they were trying to get, you know, people to come out to see them. And I believe my last job, which was Orlando Health, was I guess the main sponsor of the team. So we got super discounted tickets, $5 tickets basically, and you know, special seating, you know, to kind of like really enjoy it. So it was like, yo, you can't beat this. And it was like they played like, I think either every weekend or like every other weekend or something like that. It was a good time because I pretty much got tickets for the entire season. And then what happened was, while I was at work, I was a part of some committee or whatever, and we were doing like fundraising and stuff like that. So I went to this dinner or this luncheon, and it was nice. You know, they were giving like certificates, awards of people who helped, you know, with the fundraisers and was participating and things like that. And you got like tickets at the door, and then they were giving away tickets, different prizes, door prize tickets. So they started doing the door prizes, and they read my numbers. I was like, oh my gosh, this is so cool. So I went and I got my door prize, and it was tickets for the final game to see Orlando City play. And the tickets was for us to go and sit in the president's box, which is like fancy schmancy. Dan and I have never done anything like that. So it was 2 tickets. So I was like super excited. I remember I like couldn't wait to tell Dan, and I told him, and I was like, we're going to see the final game. And on top of that, we don't have to pay for tickets. I got tickets, and they're in the president's box. So we're like, oh my gosh, this is so amazing. It's so cool. So we go. Before we go, this is how basic we are. Before we go, we're like, well, it's the president's box, so it's probably wealthy people that sit up there. So we ain't got no money to like be buying fancy schmancy food and things like that. Let's make sure we eat before we go. So we like go to McDonald's or something like that and get like some food, and we eat before we go to the game. So we get there, and it's like a totally different like entrance to get to the president's box, and you go up there, And it's like people are like opening doors for you. They've got their own separate section for bathrooms. That is the same place where I dropped my iPhone 4 in the toilet. Side note. Yeah, I rescued it and it lived for a long time after that, so it didn't completely die. But I digress. But anyway, so we get there and we get into the president's box, and it's like, if any of you have ever done one of these box seat tickets for any type of event, you know what type of situation it is. Well, with the soccer field, with the sports field, you get in there and there's like, you go in and the first thing we see, there's like a smorgasbord of food laid out, like finger food, like chicken wings and veggie platters and french fries and all kinds of things. And there's a bar there, and then there's a note near the food that says basically I think Heineken's were complimentary, and I think they were giving out like glasses of champagne that were complimentary. But like if you wanted like any mixed drinks, you had to pay at the bar. So inside this like area or like little table, so it's like set up like a little club. So it's air conditioned inside, so you don't have to sit outside in the heat. So it's like you've got flat screen TVs so you can see what's going on the field. But then it extends where if you wanted to sit like you were outside on the bleachers, there's an area where you can sit, and it's like it's covered. The bleachers are covered, so you can go outside and sit if you want and watch the game. So if it's raining and everybody else has to wear raincoats or garbage bags or whatever, you can sit out there comfortably and know that you're not going to get wet because it's covered. That's how the other half lives. So of course we get there and I'm like, oh snap, we ate before we got here. But it didn't stop us. We did eat. We didn't eat till our heart's content, but whatever. But that was our second sporting event that we actually attended. That was actually really, it was a lot of fun watching the game. Honestly, like the president box was like fancy schmancy, and it was nice to see how the other half lived. But honestly, like when we were down in the regular bleachers with like just the regular people, like the regular fans and stuff like that, it was so much fun. And it's like you got to meet different people and and like be excited about the game, and it was fun. It was a lot of fun. But either experience was like really great. But that year we had so much fun. It was like almost every weekend we were going downtown to go see Orlando City play. And we totally enjoyed ourselves. This is before I had gotten into like taking selfies and taking pictures and and catching video of what was going on, so I don't have any video or photo proof about what happened. But that's my story and I'm sticking to it, and we had a lot of fun. That was VEDA Day 27, and I'll see you guys for VEDA Day 28. All right, bye.